bum bum ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 do 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 da 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 do do da 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 do 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 dum do 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 bum 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 ba da 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 ba bum. Yeah, I'm not muted. Yay! Technology, technology, it's crushing it, and I can wreck it too. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Chad. I'm a bird. This is a live birdcast. I'm sorry for how crappy all of my technology is, but we're improvising. Much like the people. Well, you should be able to hear me now, Raynard. Thank you for appreciating my intro music. Anyway, speaking of improvising, I've got improvisers here, so who knows what could happen. We got Paige, we got Ryan, we got CJ from Hitch Cocktails. Wait, let's do the here.
What?
From Hitch Cocktails. Pop up, you butt. There we go. From Hitch Cocktails, celebrating 10 years in Chicago. And we got some of them here. Redstone says they can hear us. I feel like this should be on a t-shirt just based on the name, because I want a t-shirt that just says, hey, I'm Skip Redstone and I can hear you.
I think the now is really important. Before Skip Redstone's heart was not open, but now
I feel like Skip got to know us better. Hey everybody, welcome to the Birdcast. So for those of you wondering what's going on, don't freak out. I'm going to explain. We're recording a live birdcast because I haven't been around in a bit, so you guys are going to be really excited because you're going to have like double podcasts this week, or excuse me, birdcast. Let's keep it in canon. So that's what's happening. But I figured we go live so we can hang out with these guys because you got a show coming up.
Oh, we have many shows coming up. One of them's important.
I'd say 3 of them.
Which one are you and Ryan?
Oh, yeah, maybe 2 of them then.
Yeah, what are they?
We are the cast of Hitch Cocktails. We improvise Hitchcock films while drinking every Friday in Chicago. In fact, we've been doing that every Friday in Chicago at the Annoyance Theater for 10 years. 10-year mark is May 19th and 20th. So they're giving us the entire theater for the weekend for us to do a lot of crazy stuff.
Wait, hang on. I wanted to post it. Wait, hold up. Say that again.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
There, right there.
Okay, yeah. That's it.
Nailed it!
Hey, it's okay. Now Skip Redstone is listening. But yeah, we're celebrating our 10 years, and we're doing that by going around Chicago and doing a bunch of fun stuff with a bunch of fun Chicago people. Or birds.
Thank you!
Speaking of birds, Hitchcock made a film called The Birds, and we have a drinking game in our show, such as every time you hear a Hitchcock title, you're supposed to take a drink.
Oh, shit.
So if your audience would like to participate, if we ever mention a Hitchcock movie title, feel free to take a drink.
Now you're really roping them in, CJ.
Oh, man, everybody do shots!
And speaking of which, one of our events is on that Saturday, the 20th. We'll have a pop-up bar at the Annoyance Theater, Hotel Hitchcock, themed after the film and sponsored by Red Bull. And they have given us.
Don't do it. That's going to make me gag. Don't drink that Red Bull.
No, hold on. You don't know what I reach for. It could be a delicious bespoke Red Bull cocktail made of Red Bull watermelon called Dial M for Melon.
Yes.
That pun is the proudest thing I've ever created, and I'm a father of a 3-year-old.
Ooh.
I can smell that through the screen.
How'd it taste?
It tastes delightful. It tastes as good as getting away with the perfect crime.
Wow. Had that one in the pocket.
Jeez.
Yeah, thank you for having those at the ready. Raynard says, I have yet to get a bottle of Malort's, which is how you pronounce it in Chicago. You call it Malort's.
Yeah.
That's not easy to get outside the city. So you have to come here to do it. And that's on you, though. If that's the reason you're making the trip, just know that that's the thing that you decided to do. It's funny that you mentioned this this show there, CJ.
Yeah,
because,
it's funny that I mentioned the show that we're here to plug. It is
yeah,
quite a
I think that's
coincidence.
hilarious. Who would have thunk? Because I've got a little trailer for you.
Oh,
Dun 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 dun
Go.
We don't have the rights to the music, so I'm doing it myself now. Now I need a drink. They're all improvised. Hitch Cocktails. Oh man, now go see the show though.
yeah. And so, were we supposed to say everything that was happening for the podcast?
I
or-
mean, I feel like it's just an audio medium, you guys.
yeah.
No, I'll keep the music though, so that you can
Yeah.
listen at home. I couldn't use the music for your trailer because it's copyright. So
Yeah.
I decided to jump in and do a cover, which is cover. So like
Yeah.
you can get away with it. You hear me, YouTube? It's a cover. That wasn't actually Bernard Herrmann's music. I know it was flawless.
I mean, it's so perfect though. It's going to set off their AI detection for copyright.
I hope I get a copyright snag for that. They're like, I can't believe you would use such a classic score. I'd be like, just kidding, it was me the whole time, you idiots. Boom,
don't-
nailed it. I'm out.
I don't want to
work.
accidentally get into like a huge fight on this, Chad, but I've watched that video a handful of times now, and I'm suspiciously absent from it.
Oh, DJ, what's going on, man?
Yeah,
You sent me
I have
the
to,
footage. I didn't
Yeah.
do it. I wasn't there. You can't prove
Right.
shit.
Ryan, we do have a minute
just seems
version of our
weird to me.
trailer. Ryan, we have a minute version of our trailer and a 45-second version of our trailer, and that 15 seconds we cut out, all you.
You want to know if we have nudity in the show? And I was like,
Once
yeah,
again,
it's
we had
mostly
to-
Ryan.
We had to cut out Ryan's nudity.
Yeah, for the censors. But
Yeah.
you can see them uncensored in May for your 10th anniversary.
Mhm.
There it is. Oh, it's so slow. I hate it. May 19th through the 20th. Tickets are $20 at the Annoyance. If you haven't been to the Annoyance, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So CJ, tell me a little bit about this show, or anyone in general, because the only reason I'm going to CJ is that he sent me stuff.
CJ is the one who should explain it. CJ invented it.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Everybody shut up. CJ, go ahead. We're sorry.
Okay. Skip, are you listening? Okay. Hitch Cocktails is an improvised show. That means we make it up on off the top of our heads. And we do it based on suggestion, and then we improvise a full movie. It's not like a 5-minute scene or like a who's line game. We improvise an hour and a half suspense thriller with a plot and characters. And it's based off Hitchcock, which means it's based in the 50s, 60s. We at the top and old-timey slang, and we wear really fancy outfits. And because it's the 50s, everybody's drinking all the time. We did that to challenge ourselves too, is that we have to set up the plot while we're sober. And then as we get drunk, we get to play in the very murderous plot as we get more and more drunk. We've been doing that 10 years. My doctor hates it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sure you're seeing a medical professional, and he's just like, hey man, just eat salad.
Yeah. He's like, do you drink? It's like, well, 1 or 2 a week, and then heavily on Fridays to feel something of love from an audience.
I never know how to fill out that part of the questionnaire at the doctor's office where it's like, how many drinks do you have on average? And it's like, on average, I think it's a lot.
I think one time I just wrote, how many are you got? I was just like, what are you buying?
And so I've been with it the whole time. Ryan and Paige, Paige has been a little while, and then Ryan's a little bit after her. And
What?
throughout like you've been around
That
for a while.
can't possibly be true.
You were before Ryan, I think.
Oh my god.
Well, it doesn't matter because I'm not in the video, so who cares?
Yeah, cut out all the nudio in the video. Your
Yeah, and
nude
the only-
scenes were cut, is what we're
Yeah.
trying to say.
The
The only thing
nudio?
CJ forgot about
Yeah.
the explainer is that it always ends with full frontal nudity from me.
Yeah.
Also, get ready for Ryan and mine. Our next podcast is just called Nudio, where we just like try to find all the nudie scenes in every movie and we describe them. Like, hey, we got this. Okay. You know what my favorite nude scene? Anyway, we can talk about this later, Ryan, on our other
Yeah, of course.
podcast.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
I feel like this is not a Hitchcock conversation because there's not a lot of nudity in Hitchcock.
Yeah, well, no, see, everybody says that, but surprisingly amount of nudity in Hitchcock for the time. You get to see Jan Lee and bra, both black and white in Psycho.
Scandal.
And then you get to see nude bodies in Frenzy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, we should have both have done 2 shots, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Two films.
I know how to play this game.
Are you just asking me trivia to get me to do this?
Yeah. That's one.
Yeah, and speaking of Hitchcock,
Yeah.
Chad, you know, I'm a fan. I've watched your show. People come
Thank you.
on, they talk about their favorite things, and I thought it'd be fun with all our expertise and people around here if we talked about our favorite murder plots in pop culture.
I mean, I'm in. Murder plots in pop culture, like from films or maybe songs, but not like in real life. Because I don't want to get all Ryan Murphy on this podcast. I think it was creepy. Like I was 10 minutes into Dahmer. I'm like, why am I watching this?
I know, and then there's all those high schoolers singing in that Glee Club. Really disgusting.
Yeah, really intense. But I did like Nip Tuck, at least for the first 2 seasons.
I was literally about to say, did we all know Ryan Murphy did Nip Tuck first?
Yeah, I
He
dug
did Nip
that
Tuck
show,
first, and then he did Glee.
and then he did
Yeah.
Glee, and everyone was cool with it. No one was like, wait, the dude from Nip Tuck wants to hang out with high schoolers? Okay. Okay.
All right,
Hey,
I tell you
Skip
what,
Redstone has a
talk-
question. Skip Redstone asks, yes, I
Yeah.
love improv. Well, first off, you must be drunk. Second off, he says, wait, oh, come on, pop up. This is so slow. Are these tickets for live streaming for the event, or is it in person at the venue only?
It will be live streamed. You can check it out on the website. You can also get it at the venue if you're in Chicago. If you're not in Chicago, you can check it out online. You can also check out our numerous appearances on podcasts and live streams this week. We were just on the Jackbox Games live stream. We're on the Pushing Up Roses live stream. And coming up, we'll be on My Neighbors Are Dead, Hey Riddle Riddle, Poppin' Bottles, and a lot of other podcasts, including Chad the Birds.
Yeah, it's already happening. You're doing it.
Yeah,
in real
this is
time.
it. If you're hearing
sorry,
this,
guys, this is it. This
we're
is all
on
it's
the
going
podcast.
to be.
And now we're not going to talk about The Perfect Murder. We're going to talk more about Ryan Murphy shows because it's so weird how the pilot for Glee looks so much more like Freaks and Geeks than what it became.
Right?
Like it has this weird indie vibe.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little more Juno, but then it became more
Yeah.
Schmigadoon, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I wasn't ready for that.
Truly,
I came here
him-
for a soulful journey.
Him selling us on the premise was the perfect crime.
Did you guys watch any of the American Horror Stories?
Yeah, it's my favorite. Like, trash.
Yeah,
TV.
really?
Yeah.
It's so trashy. I love it.
Yeah, it is. I imagine for weird white guys, it's like our soap opera. You know, like.
It's Telemundo for incels.
Yeah, exactly.
Schmigadoon is great, Skip. You're not wrong, man. It's fucking dope. Hey, you know what's more dope? Your show, Hitch Cocktails. But tonight
Wow.
we're talking about murder plots, favorite murder plots in pop culture. And we're gonna do movies. We're not doing real life. We're not doing true crime.
Okay.
This isn't a true crime podcast. It's not like it's like, oh, I love putting those on and then wondering why I'm doing that, especially when it's a nice day.
Yeah.
Like when I'm walking somewhere and it's pretty out, I'm just like, it's like, and then they found her body beneath the attic stairs, just hiding there for days. And I'm like, holy fuck, man, it's 2:00 in the afternoon.
Also,
That's intense.
it's always such a pain in the ass when the bodies hide themselves. You know what I mean? Like that sucks. I hate it.
It's why they're always in shallow graves. It's because corpses are so lazy. They don't want to dig.
All right, so let's go with Paige. What do you think is like one of the best murder plots in pop culture?
I mean,
Wait, addendum. Are we thinking like the scheme is good or the movie or music or TV?
I would
is
just
good?
say, like, you could separate the scheme from the quality of the film or book
Okay.
or anything you want, or you can just talk of how it played. My tactic is going to be, and then I will explain how I would use it in my day-to-day life and why it's so
Oh,
flawless.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, Paige.
Ooh,
Floor
that's
is yours.
dark, CJ. I was just gonna. I
Yeah.
honestly had a hard time thinking about murder plots that I was like really into,
Yeah.
and very far away from thinking how would I apply this
Right,
strategy in my life.
And we thank
Chad-
you.
yeah,
We thank you
Chad.
for your moral candor.
Chad literally said no real life murders, and you said, "I'm gonna
Because
take."
it's so, oh man,
Mine are
I've had those moods
hypothetical.
though, where I'm just like, I have to watch the worst story ever documentary. It's like, oh man, I want to watch something that's just deep and fucked up. It's a weird moment. I'm with you, Paige.
It's
Like I'm just like, hey man, I got Hulu so I can watch those fucked up documentaries. And like, oh, and then you have that private moment where you're like, am I gonna do the one about Boy Scouts? Am I gonna do that? I'm gonna fucking do that.
Wait,
And then like 20 minutes later, you're like, why am I doing this?
you
It's
all,
fucking
you all
Tuesday.
on the first day of spring, you all don't spend like 2 or 3 hours thinking about John Bonet. You guys don't do that?
It's why I'm on my neighbor's Plex. Because I know there's going to be more docs coming out. We're going to solve this, Brian.
Finally,
You and me.
yeah. Just like wake up. Oh yeah, first day of spring. What happened to her?
Truth. Anyway, Paige, I'm sorry.
You were saying.
What was I saying? Oh, I was thinking about this. There's a lot of different things that come to mind.
Mhm.
One of my favorites, not serious, very fun, is I just love Horrible Bosses.
Yes.
That was maybe one of the hardest times I've ever laughed in the movie theater.
Yes.
Just like watching something for the first time. I don't know why it tickled me so, but I loved especially when they were trying to fuck around with the cocaine
Mhm.
to kill Colin Farrell, who does a great job in the movie.
Colin Farrell always brings it.
He always brings
watching
it.
me, anyone who's been on the show, you know this in the comment. You know I'm a Colin Farrell stan. You know I am a Farrell stan.
I think if you're not a Colin Farrell stan, something's wrong with you because that man
Seriously.
oozes charm.
Yep.
He just like
Mhm.
it's that
He's
Irish
the only one
charm.
in the Batman that understood the assignment.
I would agree.
That
with
like
that.
actually read the script and was like, oh, so like this, huh? Everybody else is like, no, man, no, you gotta keep it. It's like, no, you gotta talk like this. Also, it's the bat. Oh man, it's the bat. I'm the penguin. I'm into it.
Yeah, he's the only one that remembered that the Batman was a comic.
This is Paul Dano erasure, and I'm not going to stand for it.
Honestly, that's so true.
Because that man went 200 degrees into the comic territory.
I wanted to jump through through the movie screen and grab Paul Dano and hug him and be like, dude, you don't have to go that hard. You're like Phil Collins and Tarzan. You're going too hard, man. You don't. You can just bring it back. Just bring it back.
Yeah, anyways, I like the Horrible Bosses. That plot is one of my favorites because it's got a little bit of that like I'll do my murder if you do your murder kind of thing.
Strangers on a train.
Everyone
Exactly.
shoot. I saw you thinking that, CJ. I saw your wheels turning.
Wanted to set y'all up for a little drinky drink.
Thank you.
How are you feeling, CJ? You've had about
You know,
3 at this point.
It's great. I'm shooting. It's a cocktail that I'm shooting, so I've had probably about one full one right now. And
I was gonna say that's a testament to the drink, though.
And that is 20 minutes in.
That's Dial M from Melon, man. It peps you up at the same time it takes it down. You know.
Now, can you have those drinks at your show, CJ?
Yeah, well, the Dial M from Melon will be available at the anniversary weekend. We'll have a couple special cocktails. This is the only one prepared because Red Bull's our only sponsor so far.
Any sponsors in the chat? You heard that, right?
Yeah.
The chat's like, we don't have money. We're watching this for free.
And if there are sponsors in the chat, we're still looking for and accepting sponsorships for my naked body for the end of the show. So if you want to sponsor my dick or butt or things like that, just get in touch with me.
That's the only.
Sponsor my dick or butt.
That's
what's
the
on
t-shirt.
Ryan's shirt.
That's the t-shirt. If you want to sponsor my dick, get in touch with me.
Why did I find that so much creepier than your John Bonet Ramsey monologue?
Right? Also, if you're Paul Dano, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome for the attention.
To have someone sponsor me and put on my ass who killed John Bonet that's too funny.
Yeah, too funny.
Can you imagine?
Cut that out.
No, it's too funny.
Showing
to
up for your first colonoscopy, and the doctor goes, Who killed John Bonet?
Well, what's problem is the doctor won't be able to focus on their task at hand.
Yeah, you fucked yourself, Ryan. That's the problem. That doctor needs to be 100% focused.
Yeah, you're gonna get.
I
Why
almost
would you
have to
fuck
do
with
this.
your proctologist? You're not wrong, CJ. Steer clear of the history erasure button, just in general. I feel like that was a lot darker, and I feel like that's hard to read tone over text. So I'm just assuming you're like, yeah, man, I was talking about that earlier. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. But it just seemed like such a dark thing to throw in the middle of a comment segment. Anyway, Ryan, how's your butt?
It's good. I was gonna say
It's good.
That's good.
one of my favorite plots is I was thinking a lot about this when CJ texted us about it. I was thinking a lot about how much I love the movie Seven still, and having
I was
these
going to bring up Seven. Okay, it's yours.
thematic murders is my
thematic
favorite
murders.
thing.
Yeah.
I just love that movie. It's just so cool to have that be the reason. We watched it not too long ago, my wife and I, and we taught our daughter to walk into a room and go, "Detective!"
His daughter's 2, by the way. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, our daughter's 2.5. She would walk in the room just covered in ketchup. Detective!
Man, TikTok that. Just for
You know
real.
Ryan, I'm willing to up yours. I believe it's expression.
Speaking of your butt.
The idea of thematic murders, but thematic murders to cover a clever murder. The ABC Murders by Agatha Christie.
Oh, okay.
Did anybody know this? It is the idea that somebody wants to kill somebody that has double initials, CC. So what they do is they kill somebody with the initials AA and somebody with the initials BB, and then they leave an ABC train guide, and so it looks just like a random serial killer and hides the one that actually had a motivated killing behind it. So the idea, if you want to do like a real big thematic murder, just figure out who you want to kill, and then figure out an aspect of their personality or being, and then just theme it off that. So let's say I wanted to kill
in that murder sequence, like Zeke Xander is like, well, I'm good.
Yeah,
I've got a while.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I want to see what he does.
They're hanging out with like Yanni Young and just being like, we're cool, right?
yeah.
Meanwhile, Xavier Xanax is over in the corner just being like, hey, man, it's never going to come to me, or it's absolutely going to come to me.
Well, I think
Yeah,
all
that's
of
the most
them are
confident
just.
those 3 people have ever been in their lives.
Ever been about their names in their lives.
I think that's when they're all like watching Ryan Reynolds and just like, he's our canary in the coal mine.
Oh shit! Yeah, if it
okay.
makes it to Ryan Reynolds, you got Sam Sampson. I don't know. I had a name, but I lost it because I've been
I
drinking.
thought you were
'cause we
going to
keep
say
talking about
Sam.
Hitchcock.
I thought you were going to say Sam Kinison. And I was like, what?
You know what? It's like that's a weird pull, right? Because
Well,
not here.
I was about to say, like, let's say that, like, I wanted to kill somebody. Oh, let's say Ryan Ben. I would then find other people with 2 first names, like Caleb George or Peter Corey, and I just like leave 2 double "Hi, my name is" name tags at the scene of the crime.
I feel like the killer would skip Tony Todd because
Yeah.
No, man, I'm gonna leave Candyman alone.
Yeah.
Leave him be. That's the only time we get to say that name, because if you say it a couple more times, I'm gonna have to deal with it.
We're
and
in
I
Chicago,
don't want
too.
to. CJ, what's one of yours? Like, I feel like you have a fucking deep knowledge of this stuff, which is both creepy and hilarious.
I said the ABC murder to steal Ryan's, but I was also thinking The Last of Sheila. Like, all mine are very old. The Last of Sheila is a 70s movie, although big inspiration for Glass Onion, if you saw it, where it's a bunch of rich people who go to a place to play like a murder mystery game and somebody ends up dead. And I always think that's like a really good idea, is if you kill somebody in a murder mystery thing, there's already so many clues around that aren't real that, you know, you kind of can lose yourself in the narrative. And I think like the modern equivalent of this, because once again, I want to make this practical application that your audience can use. It's like, I feel like
we need to plan a murder.
Right. I feel like if you killed somebody in an escape room, that you could get away, that you were just confused.
Okay, perfect murder place, haunted house.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
100%.
A werewolf was attacking me. You know, like you take a friend, you put a stake in his heart, you dress him like a vampire, and claim self-defense. You know.
Right.
See, I would kill somebody in an underground organ dealership, because you already have all the organs out and all the dead bodies out and stuff. So if you were to kill somebody there, you know what I mean?
Ryan, what's your favorite
I
underground?
love that you were
organ
like, you know what I mean, and all of us were like, no, I've never wanted to kill anyone in my life.
Ryan, please stop showing us your tattoo while you say this.
I'm getting it put on live on the air.
This is not an actual murder plot. It sort of is, but it's not really. It's in the realm of fantasy, kind of.
Okay.
But the Lovely Bones.
Yeah.
I think about the Lovely Bones constantly because the sort of dark murder that happens is that she thinks about, or her sister gets an assignment of like, how would you kill someone and get away with it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to spoil the Lovely Bones for everyone right now.
Guys, spoiler alert for the Lovely Bones.
Spoiler alert for the Lovely Bones. It's been out for
almost
20
a decade
years.
in the making.
Like more than that.
Spoiler alert. No, it's got to be. It's like what, 15 years ago?
It's a great book. It's a great book. And honestly, the movie was kind of cool too. But her sister thinks of a murder. The narrator is murdered by a creep in like a true crime scenario.
Ryan
Tucci. That's how creepy he is. It's
a
fucking
pervert
the
named
Tooch.
Stanley
They put the
Tucci.
Tooch in that killer role.
That's how good he is. He can
That's
be
how great he is.
can be in
Except for
the
his
Devil
TikToks,
Wears
'cause I
Prada.
can't handle the way he says risotto. It pisses me off because he's always just like, "Oh, hello, welcome to my kitchen. I'm making a risotto," and you're like, "Oh, fuck you, Stan. Your name is Stan."
But that murder is with the sister decides the murder that would best work would be to kill someone with an icicle because you could never prove it with fingerprints.
Yeah.
And that's just so old school, though. That's like the oldest, like, all right, there was a body found. It was wet everywhere. What happened? And you're like, why are we talking about this? It's lunchtime. Because I remember those days.
Those riddles.
But that's what I think about when I think about the perfect murder. That's kind of the only thing that occupies my brain. I think maybe I read The Lovely Bones too young, but
yeah. Well, it's the icicle.
It's just like a trauma response.
It's just like the text for you, a murder. Oh, you mean like an icicle murder?
Damn. Yeah, that's exactly what we meant.
Yeah, that's one of the Hitchcock things, right? Is
I think in a similar
plot
vein,
the perfect murder, and so whenever we talk about it, the first thing I think of is the Lovely Bones, and then I go, no, wait, this is probably not about the Lovely Bones. This might be about Alfred Hitchcock.
Nice.
Man, not to tease it, Poker Face one up that, and they used.
Can we talk about Poker? Like, have you all seen it? Because I fucking loved that show.
Yeah, but I'm saying they one upped it by using a stick of dry ice, so it didn't even leave a puddle of water behind as a clue.
Yep. That's exactly that's 100% what I was thinking when that moment happened. I was like, it's better than the icicle. They read their history.
That's modern technology right there, baby.
CJ, what do you think right now the best mystery writers out there? Because mystery is not a popular genre as much as it used because we have all that true crime and documentaries.
Yeah. We're getting back into it. Man, I don't have the author on me. I just read the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I believe
that's on my list.
Yeah, and that was really good. But that's a murder mystery set in Groundhog's Day. Where,
cool.
Yeah, so it's a guy who's like in a murder mystery novel,
very cool.
but then he dies, and when he wakes up, he's a different character at the estate. So every time he dies, he comes back as a different character, so he can look at the murders from a different perspective. And it has a wild ending.
Oh, cool. Thank you first off for not spoiling it. I was afraid you're
gonna
be like, I'd be like, shut up. Now I want to read it.
That book is too recent, and you get out and read.
The other one that's recent is The Plot by Jean Hoff Corlitz. Have you read that one yet, CJ?
No.
It's great. It's about an author who steals the plot of a murder mystery from one of his students, who then ends up mysteriously dead.
Whoa.
I was about to say, I'm gonna run off.
Wait, Ben, was it the principal? Was it the principal? Wait, just wink if it was the principal. Oh, while we're hanging out, here we go. Hey, what's going on? We got Dumb Idiot in the room. We got Mapronomicons here. Hello, new name. Good to see you. I'm going to take a moment to be like, hey, you guys are pretty. I do love this one, though. The perfect murder would be, wait, come up. Oh, it's so slow. I'm so slow. This perfect job if you the air ducts with dry ice. Interesting.
Yeah. I read I have it right here, the 8 Perfect Murders. It's a novel about somebody who compiles a list of their 8 favorite murders from literature, and then starts to be accused of it when people start dying via those methods.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
It's okay. It's a little pulpy if you like Pulp Fiction, not the movie, but the thing. But it did list. We mentioned 2 of them: ABC Murders and Strangers on a Train. But it also did The Secret History by Donna Tartt, which I just read.
That's great.
Yeah, and The Red House Mystery by A. Milne, the author of Winnie the Pooh, did a
Winnie the
murder show.
Pooh?
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
which is the Red House Mystery. It's a really clever murder. It's very old. Can I spoil that? It's from
It's old.
1915. Yeah. So this guy, the plot is this guy, a rich guy of the state, has his mysterious brother from Australia appears and just like insults everybody. And he's like this big, rough Australian. He goes upstairs. Everybody hears him and the brother have a fight, and then the Australian is dead. And then the brother
It was the brother. Nailed
the estate
it.
guy. Yeah, the estate guy. He makes a run for it. Like he runs out the window, and now they're all like hunting him down, and now we're trying to figure out what happened. The reveal is that some other guy at the estate. These are like rich weirdos who play practical jokes on each other. So the Australian brother was not real. That was actually the guy who owns the estate, and he was there to like play a trick on people.
Nice.
You had to spend a weekend with my drunken, awful brother. And some guy wanted to kill him, so he goes wait till he's alone, and he kills him and frames himself for his own murder.
Damn.
Damn.
Did you guys ever see The Game with Michael?
Oh
Douglas?
yeah.
I feel like there's a certain person that knows that movie and just goes, "Fuck yeah, that movie," and then a certain person that goes, "Wait, what?" It's like it was David Fincher's follow-up to Seven, and it's a good mystery. It's not a murder mystery. It doesn't count for shots. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But it's a good movie, and it holds up. Just want to plug it.
Another movie I love. Sorry, Ryan. I know you haven't gotten to go yet, but I think this.
Hey, I'm not in the video. It's fine.
Yeah,
Seven.
I think this takes us in a different
That's
direction.
true. You did say Seven, so calm down, Ryan. Ryan, stop crying. It's awkward.
I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
Nice.
The perfect crime. Dip.
The perfect crime.
That's a good perfect
Just
crime.
erase the existence of this thing. That's impressive.
That's a good
And
one.
what a fucked up crime, too, because all right, spoilers for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Wait, whoa, no.
Yeah, no, sorry, guys. I'm going to spoil it for you. If you haven't by now, that's on you. Doom being a tune, murdering his own kind, is a perfect murder. That's fucked up and strange.
Like,
I loved it.
And like, not to get too deep and too political and all brief by it, but the overall like cleverness of this is blame the murder on a marginalized individual.
Right.
Because like in there, the tunes are like kind of the lower class citizens, and that is just like, well, of course a tune would do something this insane.
And that's the irony of it, because it actually was a tune that did this kind of thing.
Yeah, but
and that's actual irony.
Yeah,
I know, because I've spent my life learning what irony is. Because no one will tell me.
Somebody just said, "Yeah, go ahead, Brian."
No, I was just gonna say I've actually never seen that movie.
What?
Ryan, we'll watch it.
One of my
I've
favorites.
never seen.
I think it's top 5 greatest screenplays of all time.
I do think it's very funny somebody to come onto this podcast and chat and be like, the best pop culture murders. Well, there's no way they're going to spoil Roger Rabbit.
Captain Kelly's got a good point. The novel is way different. The original title is like who put up the cuffs on Roger Rabbit. It's got a different name.
It did. What was it? And
Who
I know
rubbed out something like that. It's true though, Ryan. You haven't seen it.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
That could have been dark, man. You could have laughed at something really fucking dark. You're just jumping in there with giggles.
First of all, the only version of this movie I have seen is Who Rubbed Off with great interest Roger Rabbit. That's the one I saw.
That's the undisputed classic.
Ryan, now I take another shot, because that's a classic Hitchcock film title, and you know
that is. It was the second to last one. It had John Voight playing both the rubbed off guy and the guy doing the rubbing.
Oh, hey, Eric Clark, how are you? Talking to the chat for just a second. Kirsten Seethal is working on a piece of Chad the Bird fan art. Thank you. Jack says you don't need to be perfect to not get caught. Jack, was that an admission? Because if it was, this is admissible. The Mapronomicon says, why should I need to work? I don't know, man. I don't know.
To Jack's point, the way I would kill somebody, if it was up to me, is I would mayor of Easttown them. And what I mean by that is I would get a kid to accidentally kill them for me.
Mm-hmm. So
it's not really an accident.
I want you to know, Ryan, that exact plan is Scar from The Lion King.
Good point. He tried, though. It didn't work out.
Because people don't want to, we live in a culture where for some reason we don't want to put kids in jail. And so I just feel like that is like the perfect way to get away with this is have a child do it for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what Scar does. He has the kid lure Mufasa down to the thing, and then he has the kid write the rap because kids are dumb, and you can be like, you murdered this man, and they'll believe you.
Guys, remember when The Lion King was fucked up? Yeah, it was fucked up. I would go, I think perfect murder is any kind of demonic shit. So like Evil Dead, perfect murder. Mm-hmm. Leave a book in a room for some hipsters who don't know fucking better, who are just like, yeah, man, I should read this because I'm crazy and high and I hate my parents. And then they do, and they get it out there. Everyone goes down.
What's really nice about that is even if they are like Ash or the final girl and they like make it through it, you could just kill them and then they'll just get swept up with the rest of the demonic,
right.
They won't count body parts after a certain number.
Yeah, when you walk into a room that's been demoned, you're like, I don't know if we want to do inventory right now. I need to go home and call my mom. Dumb idiot says the icicle is the perfect murder weapon, though.
Yeah.
Bringing it back. Just saying. Not what I thought the Iceman Cometh was about, but it wasn't.
I think if you want to watch perfect murder content, if you just throw on an SVU marathon, especially those earlier seasons, they were always writing ones where, and this is perfect murder in a different way because it's people who are getting away with shit by like circumventing the law, but they still commit murder and like do fucked up shit all the time. So that might be kind of a fun way to do it.
All
is
those
like smarter.
Luther was another one.
Yeah.
With like really messed up murders and home invasion shit. Where you're like, Idris Elba we're gonna be fine. And then that episode starts, you're like, fuck, now I'm scared to sleep. Thank you, Idris. And he's like, yeah, mate. High five.
This takes me to a really trenched in social satire, and that's going to be an episode of Monk.
Oh, wow. Did not expect a Monk full.
One of my favorite murder plots is that a kid jumps out of a plane and hits the ground and dies, but then when they do an autopsy, they find out he drowned. And it's like, how did this happen? Spoiler alert for Monk. It turns out the coroner was trying to lure Monk down to their city, so he created the most impossible murder possible because these crimes are solving them. But this gets me to the point of like, when you want to get away with a murder, people always think you have to bribe the cops, you have to bribe the lawyers. I'm like, morgue attendants are probably very poorly paid. And
high up on your list should be the person that handles the body.
Just make it look like a tiger attack, or they got hit by an anvil or something. Just really make this a confusing death.
Hit by an anvil, bringing it back to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, there must be something weird happening in this town because we've had like 8,000 tiger attacks. Like, what is going on?
How many people could be murdered by Panther?
The coroner says, yeah.
Well, I don't know who did it, but whoever did it great. Fuck you, Tony. You're going to jail. Cabin in the Woods is a fantastic, perfect murder because everyone dies. But they didn't almost all die. Like, the only reason they decided, like, they called it at the end. Like, she could have run out. Like, I guess everyone in the world maybe dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. For Cabin in the Woods.
Also, the ending of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if Carol Baskins. No, I don't know, man. What about perfect murders? Does it have to be perfect? Like good ideas that went fucking terribly wrong.
That's a good one. Like what's one in a movie, book, or something? But like that was a good idea. You just did it wrong, or something.
You just did it poorly. Like Knives Out. Glass Onion. I mean, was a really good idea, but he just did it poorly.
Yeah.
Did anyone see?
I just think it's really, really hard to do this stuff.
Well, that's my point. Like his whole thing was like, he came up with it in the moment. And like, I think that's what's cool is that like, well, I got everybody here and I'm a billionaire, and I can do whatever I want. Plus, I'm faking a murder. Oh man, I could just kill somebody. Like, I mean, I hear you, man. That's how I feel sometimes at parties.
What were you gonna say, Paige?
Paige.
No, I was just thinking that Chad just said, I think about, like, I empathize with Ed Norton.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't like myself for it. I'm not happy to have had that moment.
But if I was a billionaire.
If I was a billionaire and you guys were just like dongs, and I was like, these guys suck. All right, we're done.
You're like Will Graham in Hannibal. It's like you solve the murder by empathizing with the serial killer and getting him killed.
But except it's mine is Ed Norton, which is much lamer. Like, you can understand like Mads Mikkelsen or like Anthony Hopkins or Brian Cox, but like Chad was like, you know who I fucking love and I miss? Fucking Edward Norton.
Yeah,
I love Ed Norton.
Me too. I kind of miss him being around.
I'm a huge sympathizer.
you're a huge sympathizer.
I'm a huge
Norton
You're an Ed Norton
sympathizer
fan.
in this day and age.
Okay, this is what I was gonna say. Did anyone see Deep Water, the Ben Affleck movie, Anna de Armas
Yes.
vehicle?
Do you know that's written by the same woman who wrote Strangers on a Train?
The original Strangers on a Train?
Yeah, the book. It's an old book. It's an adaptation of an old book and author.
Also, CJ,
Well,
do a shot.
All right.
I think Chicago local Tracy Letts. I think he did the treatment for the movie, and he's in
That
it
doesn't
too.
surprise me at all. I feel like
He's in
Tracy
it
Letts is
too.
just hanging outside of libraries, like, come on, do it, adapt it, let's go. I'm here. I nailed it, mine.
He really does. He's such a talent. He's a playwright first, and then an actor, and then a screenwriter. He does a great job in this movie.
And then a heartthrob.
I was gonna say heartthrob Tracy Letts.
So hot.
Right.
No,
Library
no.
Weekly's sexiest man alive. He's so learned.
The most fuckable guy on the planet, Tracy Letts.
I'd let him do anything to me.
Hey!
Oh,
You have to do a shot. Just for
CJ.
that.
All right. Hold on. I gotta make another one.
I love the idea that Tracy Letts is sitting outside being like, infinite jest. I'm just gonna wait until nobody's got it. Nobody's got dibs on that. All right, I'm just gonna wait. I fucking called it dibs.
Yeah, and he's just like rubbing oil all over his body just while he waits to like
Slide in there.
adapt books.
Thank you for putting the image of Tracy Letts rubbing his body in olive oil and sliding down a slip and slide in my brain.
Tracy Letts.
Yeah.
Wrote plays.
Sorry, Paige, you were talking about.
Well, I'm just gonna let you guys know. I think the best murders are when you get the person you want to murder to kill themselves.
Yeah, that's a really good one. You gotta Hannibal. You take about Hannibal.
Yeah, you gotta have like a Hannibal on you. You gotta summon a Hannibal. You have to roll Hannibal.
Exactly.
But I also think there's a murder in there that's really is no muss, no fuss. Just bang somebody's head in a swimming pool, walk into the party, and pretend like you were there for 15 minutes. You know, like go to a party where everybody's drunk and high, murder who you want, and then just start like gaslighting the entire party that you were not outside.
That's why I thought Bodies was a scary
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Because like solid movie, I did not expect to work at all. Absolutely did. But the reason I was nervous the whole time was because like, yeah, it was pretty like standard horror tropes, but I kept thinking all these kids have trust funds.
Yeah.
I was like, every single one of these kids could murder me. It's like Long Island. That's why I will never go there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you guys have too much money. I'm afraid that if I say something stupid, you're just going to kill me and bury me. And then be like, oops, sorry, Dad. I'm going to need to talk to your lawyer.
Chad, it's not what you say, it's what you hear.
Yeah.
All you'd have to hear something, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I don't know what you're saying because I didn't hear shit.
Yeah.
I don't know you guys.
Man, if you were to turn this podcast into like an old timey thriller poster, you know, like Hitch Cocktails and Chad the Bird title, the tagline, "It's not what you say, it's what you hear."
No,
very creepy. You know, like
wait. Because there's more. It could be not what you saw, it's what you heard. HURD. Y'all heard. That would be perfect. Let's do that. It's on
yeah,
t-shirt.
you know what?
Put it on t-shirt.
You know, thanks for the punch up.
I saw it. I jumped on it. You know, that's why they pay me the big bucks, man.
Yeah, it's
Punch
not
up
the evil
mask.
that It's not the evil that you do. It's the evil that you Tracy lets happen.
Tracy, let's please come on the Birdcast.
I
know
do.
you're watching.
I do want to quickly say I want to make sure I was right. Yeah, it is. Patricia Highsmith, the author of Stranger on the Train, also wrote Deepwater.
Do another shot.
And another classic thriller she wrote. Anybody know? That's a movie that stars not Ben Affleck, but his BFF.
Oh, Talented Mr. Ripley?
She wrote Talented Mr. Ripley.
Whoa! Whoa! That's dope. She's
Which
fucked
also
up.
pretty good murder of killing somebody and then becoming them.
And then pretending to be them because rich people don't give a shit.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
American Psycho style. It's like, I don't remember who you are. You all look the same to me.
Right.
And his talent the whole time was looking kind of like Jude Law.
Yeah.
That's
That
a
was-
talent, though,
that was
Ryan.
his
That's a talent.
His
That's a
talent the
hard
whole
talent.
movie was
You
like I could passably look like this other really handsome guy.
You could build a career off that talent.
Yeah, I feel like
I can't,
Why-
but some other people could.
because people are like, "Oh, is it that hard?" I'm like, "Yeah, you look like Jude Law. Go right now." No,
I think
not
I'm
nailing
gonna-
it.
I
Do
think I'm
better.
gonna kill.
No, not nailing it. Do
I'm gonna
better.
kill Tracy Letts, and then I'm gonna just like set up shop outside of a couple of public libraries and just like do lemons on my nipples and just like do that whole thing.
Lemons on your nipples?
I don't know what sexy people do, Paige. Okay, so just give me a little bit of
Wow.
rope here. Okay,
What
come on.
kind of
Oh,
porn
no,
you
he's in
watch,
rope.
Ryan?
Well, this escalated quickly, Ryan. So
Hold
speaking
on.
of porn-
Ryan just said rope.
Oh, damn it, everybody!
I gotta slow down.
Thanks, Ryan. Oh.
Question about the Talented Mr. Ripley.
Go on.
Didn't that come out and then The Prestige came out immediately after?
I
I
thought
think-
it
And
went.
aren't they like the same plot?
But
No, because they
immediately
did
after,
The Illusionist and The Prestige at the same time.
That's
Like they
what
did
you're
Deep
saying.
Impact and
Oh.
Armageddon at the same time.
I'm about to say, Talented Mr. Ripley also and Prestige are what, like 8 years apart?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I said no
No
math.
idea. But
We're not
that's
gonna do
also a good murder, right? Isn't that a murder plot?
Yeah,
The Prestige?
The Prestige with two Christian Bales.
To be honest, TBH, it's the perfect murder because you're killing your clone. Who's
Yeah.
gonna say anything?
Is that even a crime?
Is that even murder?
Hey, everyone from Adelaide, South Australia. Matt is
I don't
like
think
so
it
much
is.
more cute.
Well, interesting. Well, young
The-
Jude was pretty hollow. Apparently, he found some depth.
Wow, there's a lot to say about the Jude Law.
I don't think
thing.
you're talking about Jude Law. I think they're talking about the guy he played.
Oh,
What was his name again? Richie Snacks. What was his name?
Richie Ripley. He's
Richie
on the,
Ripley. No, that's Matt Damon. He's the
Oh.
talented one.
Oh,
Jude Law was money sexy, money McSexy.
Money McSexy.
Richie Ripley's kind of he's a little scared about that ABC murder.
The ABC killer. He's on the way.
just eyeing Quentin
That's the part
Quigley.
of the movie they didn't tell you about. That's
Just
going
like
on. in
eyeing
the
Quentin
sequel.
Quigley, just like, who's next? You're talking about Jude, totally. Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing: we should all be talking about Jude Law on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And his turn in AI was the only reason to watch at least an hour's worth of AI.
I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with that movie.
Try to think if there's
I don't
anything
know
else
what you're
good
talking
about
about.
it.
Yeah.
Although speaking of
film.
Stanley Kubrick, the talented Mr. Rippling is that does work because there's a famous story about a British guy who, when Stanley Kubrick was in London filming Eyes Wide Shut, would just go around to bars saying that he was Stanley Kubrick to get free drinks, and everybody fell for it. And he knew nothing about the movies, but it is just that idea of like, just pick a famous person you think not a lot of people know what they look like, and claim to, like, all of us could claim to be Aaron Sorkin right now, and I think we could get away with it.
Fact. I love that Tony Hawk was stopped at security because they didn't think he was Tony
Yeah.
Hawk. That story, that's excellent. Because he was like, "Yeah, it's me," and they're like, "No, it isn't." He's like, "No, it's me. I'm Tony Hawk." "No, you're not." "No, I am."
We just happen to have this half pipe right here, and if you're
If you're not the real Tony Hawk, there's no way you're going to be able to grind these rails.
and then he says like, "That's a Cinnabon." It's like, okay, you didn't
Yeah.
fall for it. You're Tony Hawk.
Touche, Tony Hawk. Ever vigilant. Okay, so murder plot that I really dig. Oh no, wait, you have one, CJ.
I have one. This is one of the 8 perfect murders. Anybody seen Death Trap?
Death Trap. Is that the CD game from like Sega CD?
I mean, probably, but not at all what I'm talking about.
Maybe.
It's a pretty generic name. You could have said it's also an energy drink who's not sponsoring us. We're sponsored by delicious Red Bull. Anyway.
You're sponsored by Red Bull. I'm sponsored by Malort.
Yeah, that's true. In Death Trap, though, there's 2 murders. And one murder, though, is just scaring somebody to death.
Interesting. Oh, like House on Haunted Hill, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. But it's just like the idea. I think what people don't realize, don't take advantage of, is how scary 2 a.m. is. Like
movie 2 a.m.
No, just the time. Like
the time itself.
It's just like during the day, I'm pretty skeptical and like I'm not a huge believer in supernatural or anything. But if you wake me up at 2 a.m. and say there's a ghost outside, I'm like, probably. Like I'm afraid of everything. And in
that example, CJ, you get a warning about it. So why is it still scary?
Because it's so
scary. Hey, CJ, wake up! Hey, now that you're awake, there is a ghost.
There's a ghost.
Right.
Outside.
I'm about to go through Death Trap and just being like, I'm willing to believe anything at that hour. You psych me up with that. I have to go walk through the house and investigate it. And then if I see a ghost, heart attack.
I think we should do a scary movie where I burst into rooms before the actual scare happens and warn people about the scare.
Yes.
Hey, don't go in there.
Yeah, that's called the score of the movie, Ryan. If you hear some synth music in a John Carpenter film, hint, something scary is about to happen.
I think it's funny watching people who can't ride horror movies. You're like, you're doing this wrong. That's not the scary part. It's coming, dude.
Yeah.
Bacteriaphage wants to know if anybody has seen Snowtown.
Oh. Well, it's based on a true story, so we should leave it alone.
We should be able to watch it.
Yeah.
What about the H.H. Holmes Murder Hotel? It's gone.
Yeah, I can't use that.
Can't use it. It's over. It's like a gas station now.
That's a pretty good one. Somebody wants to kill somebody with hamburger. I think they meant hamburger buns.
Wait, no, this is going up on the thing here because we need to dissect this.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. I like to think if I was there and said that to Ryan, he would talk about his first try with hamburger buns, but the birds keep eating the bread. Ryan, is this true?
Yeah, the birds do keep eating the bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it only hurts when they get to the nipple.
Oh yeah. For those of you watching at home, it gets there's a continuation. It's a chapter 2. Just says it only hurts when it gets to the nipple. I agree with that though.
That's a pretty good murder. You get like a really stale piece of bread, beat somebody to death with it, then sprinkle it up on top of them so the birds eat the murder weapon / peck at the corpse.
I was going to say, what about a murder where the murderer trains a group of animals to do the murder?
Yeah.
That's a good murder too.
Hey, not to spite, but there's an episode of Monk where
CJ with some more hot
where somebody there's like a
here in this house we stand the schloob 100%.
Jiffy Shaloub.
There's a dog in the neighborhood who's known for being a troublemaker and like breaking out of his yard. So the murderer gets a cast of that dog's teeth.
What?
And then just uses that to kill somebody and frame the dog.
Nice.
The mistake they made is that in getting the cast, the mold was toxic and killed the dog, and he actually committed the murder after the dog was dead. And so everybody it's like a hound at the Baskervilles. It's like, did a dead dog kill this person?
Whoa, that's dope though. How did we all feel about the Sherlock series with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Up and down.
I liked it.
It felt up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think was that Stephen Moffat who was writing that? I think he was given a little too much freedom.
Yeah, He's
And,
got
and
in
then
the
he went,
ring.
I'm a genius. I'm going to
Yeah.
do whatever. And it was like,
It's always great when your
why?
show director's like, I'm aware of how great I am. You're like,
Yeah.
this will bode well for season 3.
Oh, we got a good one. We got a what if Cruella de Vil's mother was murdered by Dalmatians? That
Oh,
does happen
interesting.
in the Cruella movie. A pack of dogs are trained to murder.
It's true. Spoilers for Cruella, which, by the way, that movie fucks. And anybody that says otherwise is just not giving it a moment. Because I loved it, back to front.
Haven't seen it. I do think it was funny that they're like, we got to create a motive for somebody to want to make a coat out of puppies, so the audience
There's a
will
whole
relate to them.
sequence in that movie where she makes a whole like fashion line out of garbage, and it's the best thing ever. You're like, well, yeah, I feel like I get it now. Now I know why she's actually successful.
Yeah, and that's how Crocs were made.
see,
Wait, I have a thing. Do you know the story of Crocs? Like what happened there? Because I just learned this shit.
I do know this. Please go ahead.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, you're gonna tell me I'm wrong then, but I'm gonna.
No,
try.
I think. Wait, does it involve a film by Judd Apatow?
Yes, it does. Okay, guys. Okay. So, the tea is, when Mike Judge was making Idiocracy, they didn't have a big budget for the costumes, and the costumer wanted to come up with an idea for shoes that, quote, look like from the future but stupid. And there was this little independent startup company that was making these shoes, and she went to them and paid them to have them in the movie, and those were Crocs.
Mm-hmm.
Those came about. I thought that would be more of a bombshell.
Yeah.
Seriously, how insane is that? And now everyone wears them. It's everywhere.
It didn't surprise me, Chad, because I'm from Colorado, and that's where the brand started. That's the Crocs, and people were wearing them. And I remember being like uncomfortable around people who would wear them. I remember being like, there's something deeply wrong about these shoes. And now I own a pair, and I have a gibbet too. So
wow.
I mean,
Paige.
Are they comfortable? I don't know.
Oh my God.
I've never tried. Really? Seriously?
Oh, they're truly incredible. Like, yes, of course, nurses and doctors wear Crocs because they're the best shoe on the world.
Paige, do you ever look in the mirror and say, I've become what I've hated?
Yeah. Literally every day.
I'm the
Well,
problem.
I've never
I'm
liked
the
myself,
murderer.
so I'm always just like, I just hate myself
Yeah.
all the time.
You just have to post a note that says bad above your mirror.
Has anybody watched the new Perry Mason on HBO? Because I'm crushing
No.
that show. It's great.
Okay. Somebody mentioned.
It's kind of secondary. It's more just like a like period piece where you're just like soaking in the world for a bit. It makes you want to drink like some like hardcore well whiskey that was like behind a radiator. You're like, yeah, the depression, man. It hit all of us.
If I could possibly hype our show again, Hitch Cocktails, like they came about because when we were putting the show together and we're like, we're going to improvise Hitchcock films, we were watching these movies and we're like, these people are drinking all the time. This would be the third time I mentioned this film, but in Strangers on the Train, hold on. There's a scene where Pat Hitchcock, where they're doing like a lot of exposition, and it's the middle of the night, guy comes in, has to tell him that somebody died, and she just starts wordlessly handing out drinks to everybody who were asleep 10 minutes ago. And like, there's no asking anybody if they want a drink. She just starts making stuff and handing it to them.
But CJ, there's a cut scene from that movie where I walked around and told everyone that they were going to get offered a drink when they got into that other room.
Ryan,
I woke them all up and said, "You're about to have a drink."
Chad, I have to interrupt your podcast for a minute to give some notes. Ryan,
why is my camera going weird?
Ryan, it
All right,
stresses me out so much that you've been doing this improvised suspense show for so many years and don't understand the idea of suspense.
No, I'm pretty sure I get it.
Suspension, you have no idea that there's anything wrong around, and then it just suddenly gets you.
No, suspense is when everything's crystal clear and nothing surprises you.
Yeah, by the way, that show that CJ is talking about is called Hitch Cocktails.
We don't have the rights to the music, so I'm doing it myself now. No, I need a drink. They're all improvised. Hitch Cocktails. Oh man, now go see the show though.
Ryan, you're not in that trailer.
In the show, right?
I mean, not anymore after this breakdown of suspense.
Wait, oh, I clicked the wrong one. Wait, come on, stop being so slow, computer. My computer's also drunk because we keep, naming Hitchcock movies. Attican says, suspense, ain't those the things that holds his pants up?
Yeah.
I second CJ's. Yeah.
Listen, guys, I'm several dial M for Melons in at this point.
Yeah. Jack says only Chad would make a drinking game like this, and I got to put it out there. It's not my idea. This would be CJ's idea. So no, in fact, you're wrong. Only Chad would not. Only CJ would. That's perfect murder.
Yeah. I made it look like it was Chad who was responsible.
Yeah.
So that when we
one
kill
of us
Ryan,
dies, if one of us dies after this, we're gonna just know it was only someone in this live stream.
Did
Yeah,
you
but we all-
see? Did you see the movie Unfriended?
yes,
Do you guys
of
like
course
horror
I did.
movies? I always bring
Yes,
up
I-
horror
I-
movies.
I
fucking
saw
love it.
Unfriended.
I loved that movie. I thought it was really well done.
What?
What's it about?
Well, Ryan, so glad you asked. So, there's a bunch of kids. They're on a Zoom call, and someone's trying to murder them, and then it goes from there. But the whole movie is like looking at a desktop,
Oh.
and I thought
Yeah.
they did that one and Host. Both of those really
Host
excellent.
is the one I like a lot.
Yeah, that's the one where they summon a demon during a Zoom,
Yeah.
and that one's
Yeah.
also pretty excellent.
Oh, I didn't even finish my freaking death trap thing.
Oh,
with the ghost
didn't
and
he?
Ryan.
Also, by the way, those
That-
of you listening at home, I got corrected. It's Night Trap is the Sega CD game.
Oh.
But please continue.
Is the idea is that you set up the idea that your ex-lover is dead. I think I heard something outside. Go check it out. And it's her dead lover has crawled up from the grave and they scare her so much she has a heart attack. So
That's
yes,
Tales from
Ryan.
the Crypt episode.
Yes, Ryan. If someone's like, there's a ghost outside and you have prepared some sort of horrible specter for me in the living room, the anticipation would get my heart rate going. And then the boom of the, suspenseful climax would take me out.
But you're
I-
forgetting that I would patiently walk you towards the specter. I would hold your hand. I'd be rubbing the small of your back. Maybe,
And he'd be going, there's
you know,
something really scary
there's
going
something really
on.
scary.
I'm just telling you now, there's something really scary.
I want you to know you're also describing one of the most terrifying scenes in Mulholland Drive right now.
Oh man, Mulholland Drive is a terrible murder.
Death
That's
Tarp.
hard.
They
The
murdered
tarp that kills people.
Death Tarp. I'm in.
Another
That and
good
Death
murder
Spa
mystery.
double feature.
Another good murder mystery series that's recent is The After Party. Not
Oh,
murder
I
yeah.
think that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, is it good?
I thought it was entertaining. I think it could have been a little stronger. I did clock who the murderer was. I mean, maybe it's because I was like, I have to solve this because I'm in a murder mystery show and I love the suspense of this. I solved it pretty quick, but I think it's entertaining. If you want something like that to watch, it's a good
Yeah.
investment of your time.
You know what's a good murder done poorly? The first Scream.
Right? They should have
Hmm.
gotten away with it.
Because people forget the idea of that it's two guys, very clever, and it's like a good way to make it like, how does the murderer move from place to place? Great, that's the cleverest part of Scream. And then the other thing though is if you remember that their plan was to frame Sydney's father, and what's really clever about that is that they were planting the seeds at the local video store, like they were spreading gossip throughout the town. It's like that small town of like using gossip against them. The problem is they are idiots and they do it in the worst way possible of like spreading gossip. But to be like a teenager who spreads gossip about adults is like in a small town, it's like a really clever way to like build a backstory.
all of those movies are great. I think Scream is one of the few franchises that has a perfect execution. Like some of them get so cheesy, but they know it and they lean into how cheesy it is. That last one was dope. Scream 6 is dope, by the way.
I like Scream 5 better than Scream 6, and I hear I'm in the minority there.
I think they're like that to me. The Scream franchise already said how cheesy, and it's so self-referential and cheesy anyway that they've like guaranteed that I'm gonna like Fast and Furious. They guarantee I'm gonna see all of them.
I want you to know, like, I don't go to the movies very often. I have a kid now. I went to see 5 and 6 in theater by myself during my kid's nap time.
Nice.
And both times, excellent theater experience with people totally into it.
Yeah, it's always
going
blessed.
Crazy, like just having a great time. So
Atticus says I think the who done it in Sleepaway Camp was pretty obvious, but how they handled it was really well done.
Oh yeah,
Sleepaway Camp's pretty solid little spookums. Pieces is another insane murder plot.
Wait,
you need to be in the mood for that movie. that one's rough.
Yeah. If we go to
CJ, not to go back too far, but in that episode of Monk, did someone
name any episode of Monk?
I'll take things I didn't expect to be talking about for $1 million, Alex.
But in that one with
what's about that episode of Monk?
But that episode of Monk.
But that one with the dog, did that guy walk around the town being like, I think this dog's gonna bite and kill someone? Like, did he spread that gossip to help?
No,
that would be amazing. Hey guys, watch out! There's a crazy ass dog in the hood. Anyway,
like that dog was
laughing about it.
That dog already had a bad reputation of escaping the yard and running around, and like I think he did make one like, hey, your dog bit me, and he was like, I'm gonna sue her, like. That dog.
I would have. The way I would have done is I would have been like, once a dog gets out of a yard, it's like that, and then before you know it, it's ripping out people's throats. Right. And that's what I would have walked around town saying.
Yeah. I saw that dog at the racetrack tearing up a ticket. I don't think he has anything left to lose. I think he's broke and he owes money to a lot of people.
Guys, somebody give that dog a ride home. He's drunk.
That dog's divorce is not going as well as he's
not going well. No one's winning in that divorce.
She's already dating someone else.
Yeah. And it's a human, and they fuck all the time. I'm so sorry.
Ryan, get to bestiality. Ryan.
It is just a straight line to bestiality with you.
I don't know what's going on.
I agree with Dumb IDOT's comment. Rubber was the perfect movie about a tire that kills people.
I've not seen a better one.
It's 100%. I
am thinking of another perfect murder plot. The Cask of Amontillado.
Yeah.
One of the most classic short stories of all time.
Yep.
That I read in the 7th grade. That's a great murder. You just get a guy really drunk and then brick him up in the wall.
It is underestimated getting your victim really drunk and just having them help you commit their murder. Could you walk your way?
It's very date rapey. I'll say that.
That's true.
That is yucca. But that's.
I'm only using this on a business partner of which I need to disappear. Don't.
Right. No, this isn't a crime of passion.
Yeah.
Zespi was just in the comments section a second ago. Zespi owns Logan Arcade. Zespi says he liked my version of the Bernard Herrmann theme better. So I just want to say the owner of my favorite bar in Chicago likes my shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to put that on the air. Yeah, there's not a lot of murder mystery video games. Like outside of the 7th Guest is the only one I can think of from like the 90s. What's like a good mystery like
murder mystery video game? Computer game?
What's that?
Everyone in the comments, is there a Nancy Drew murder mystery video game?
Oh, I'm sure there's gotta be. I love that Raynard is like Old Boy. Yeah, man, he's been trying to drop Old Boy into this chat for a while. If you haven't seen Old Boy, good. You've had a happy life. Excellent movie. That whole trilogy. We were talking about perfect movie trilogies. Park Chan-wook's murder mystery. It's not a mystery. Murder trilogy. It's the Vengeance trilogy. It's Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Old Boy, and Lady Vengeance.
Yeah.
Perfect movies.
Like somebody said Sweeney Todd because you get rid of the victims and pies. But I feel like you know, the
That
cops-
clearly didn't work out very well.
Yeah, and the cops just gotta get a hold of one leftover, you know, like and run a test on it.
Well, nowadays
Yeah.
in Sweeney Todd, they would get a hold of the pie and they'd go, "Why is this so tasty? This is so weirdly tasty."
Has
It's
anybody
like
been
I'm
watching
addicted.
Yellow Jackets? Has anybody been
Yeah.
jamming on that show?
I'm trying to remember
It's so
what's
much
the
fun.
name of the brain disease you get from eating people.
Kudu.
Thank you. Hoodoo?
Had that at the ready. Woo! Woo! Yeah.
I was about to
kudu.
say the outbreak of kudu in your
Kuru.
town would be
Kuru.
troubling.
K-U-R-U, not kudu. It's
Kuru,
kuru.
kuru.
That's what I think the whole plot of Yellow Jackets is going to end up becoming.
Yeah.
They're all fucking nuts because they ate people.
That's that really.
Yeah,
that's
that's why. they're not.
Yeah. That's
Otherwise,
why.
they would have had a fine life.
If I had had a happy time, it would have been a fucking vacation, and they would have gotten out of there perfectly better and stronger for it. But they went and ate him.
If you got that just from like a little tiny bite,
I
would be
love that
such a
Ryan
bummer.
came at that like he was worried because he accidentally like he tried a person.
Well,
He
that's
didn't
kind
eat a
of
person. He tried it. He's like, "Hey guys, you can't really just get that from like eating a finger, right? Like,
yeah, like
you gotta
if-
eat the
what-
whole person, right?"
Because like, what if you like tripped and fell and ate one of your own thumbs? Like, then would you get it?
No, it's your own thumb.
Okay, it has to be someone else's thumb.
Yeah,
Got
it has
it.
to be other thumb.
But that would be such a bummer if all it took was just a little nib on
I
somebody
love
else.
how nervous you are about it. You
Yeah.
absolutely have a look of somebody that tried someone.
I'm just but we're positive it has to be
I'm
a
just
lie.
saying, why are we so mad at Army Hammer?
I've been saying this.
wondering.
I don't know how to say his name, but Ryan has the energy of Chris D'Ella when they found out that screenshot can be saved on that live stream. When he's like, wait, how did they get the Snapchat? Like, well, yeah, you just take a screen cap of it, and you just get like that nervous look in your eye. Ryan's like, what, like even like a small piece of human? If you just eat
Yeah,
it,
like
that's
what
not
if you
fair.
accidentally like didn't know you were eating a person, then you like totally sent it back? It was like, no way, man, I'm not about
Right.
that life.
Or like, what if you had it and you made a big show out of? I don't really like this. I'm going to finish it because it's the polite thing
Because
to
it's
do.
polite, right?
I don't like this at all.
Like, hey guys, hypothetically, hear me out. What if you were like lying down and you accidentally swallowed a tooth?
Oh,
Like, can I get sick from that?
Yeah.
because I
It wasn't my tooth.
just because I accidentally fell wrong and ate somebody's pinky, now I have to be a Wendigo. That's fair.
It's true. Attican, if you put lemon on the nipple first, though, it's fine to eat. That's true. Getting back to earlier, bringing it around town. Always season. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not just going to eat a human, like, raw. I'm going to go for it. I'll pickle
That's
you. Like,
very
listen, you've been
Hannibal
trying
of
to
you.
eat my kind. Y'all have been like Thanksgiving is full on genocide as far as I'm concerned.
Right, that's true. We are talking to a bird here. We are
Yeah,
being
it's
pretty
a rough time because
privileged.
everybody looks at you like a chicken wing because I am. But like,
Which means-
I get it. If
Chad,
it
you
gets too hot, I smell delicious. It's one of the reasons I don't go into saunas because it's too weird for me. But what
Chad,
I'm saying is, if I ate one of y'all, I'm gonna season you.
Chad,
but Chad, you could eat
you
somebody.
and Tracy Letts both don't go into saunas.
No,
Just
because
saying.
Tracy Letts knows he smells too delicious.
That guy walks near a hot shower 2 blocks away, and people are just like, go.
Oh, what is going on? Is the barbecue open? Drive through? Why I don't mind.
Yummy.
Steamed, eh?
I'll take a little bit of steamed Tracy Letts, please.
I'll have a steamed Letts, please.
I'll have a steamed Letts
It's the name of this podcast.
with a
Steamed
side of
Letts.
smoked Spacey.
Ah, yeah, anytime, man. That was rough. I watched Baby Driver for the first time.
Yeah.
this week. Never. It's a hard watch now. Good movie, but a hard watch. Wait, what movie did we say that we had to do a shot? What did I miss?
I was thirsty.
We're going off the grid.
Because I'm about to say, I was trying to say the birds joke in there, and so I
Yeah.
could take a drink, and then couldn't get it out. So it's like, come on, I'll just drink right now.
Yeah, I'm related
Well-
to dinosaurs, man. It's cool.
I was about to say, Chad, you could eat any one of us, and it wouldn't be cannibalism.
That's true. It would not, but it would be considered vegan because like vegans just don't eat other animals. So I could
Right.
eat a person.
Well,
Cool.
also,
And then I'd be cool. I could still shop for granola and not get yelled at.
yeah.
I can still go to the candle place where you can make your own candles, and they won't kick me out. Logan
And you
Square is
wouldn't
great,
get
guys.
hoodoo.
I definitely wouldn't get Hooba Baba.
I don't know. Something really tickles me about the two small businesses that we really hyped right now is the candle place where you can make your own candles, and Ryan's underground organ farm. To me, that's a hipster day out grocery shopping. So
Yeah, that's what Wicker Park is basically like.
Yep.
Stopping every now and then for a microbrew and a slice of flat pizza.
Yeah.
Dumb Idiot says, how about Who've Crammed Roger Rabbit? I mean, yeah, man. We were talking about it earlier. But yeah, I think that's a solid murder plot. Because in the end, it's some of this like weird cleansing, like it's almost like Nazi-esque in some strange way. And like it makes perfect sense because it's Christopher Lloyd dressed like the Nazi from fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark. So it all works out for me.
Yeah, the undone the sequel they never made was Toon Platoon, which would have been cartoons in World War II.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, L.A. Noire. Good call, Anakin. L.A. Noire is a great
yeah.
game. Yeah, that's a solid murder mystery game.
Oh, I was gonna say game-wise. This isn't a great murder mystery game, although it is like a mystery game, supernatural mystery game. Quarry I played.
Quarry?
Yeah.
The Quarry.
No, I don't know what that is.
It's like a sleepaway. It's like a camp horror game. I won't give away all the secrets, but I do like it where it is very much like if I was in a horror movie, I wouldn't make stupid mistakes, and this game proves that you would.
Yeah, people think they're smart. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If I'm being chased by a Halloween killer in the woods, I'm gonna do something fucking dumb because I am completely confused.
But not if someone warned you first. If someone
That's true.
helped you and they came to you and they said, "Hey, I don't eat people. I'm just here to like help you and come towards you."
That's not the warning you're getting. There is, hey, there's a guy with a chainsaw out there. Go out in the woods, and you're not going to be afraid, Ryan.
I mean, what time is it?
Yeah, you're right. If it's like 1:30 in the afternoon, I'll be like, I mean, I have a pretty fair advantage at this point.
Yeah, and
it's
also
gonna be like after a few coffees. I just had breakfast. I'm pretty spry right now.
Yeah. Also, chainsaws are notoriously heavy and loud.
Yeah, not a good murder weapon.
No, yeah, I'm about to say.
All right, okay, Paige. Best murder weapon, and don't say icicle. You can't say icicle.
No icicles.
No icicles. It's summer.
Best murder weapon? Piano on the head.
Yeah, you're not getting up from that.
Drop the piano on the head.
100%.
They're too busy laughing to help the victim.
Yeah, anyone around you, any cop around you is like, oh my God. No way. It's like Barry, we should go over there. Yeah, I know. Just a minute. I just need to take a minute. No way. Because that dude's gone. There's no way. We're not in a time crunch here.
He's gone. Whoever you killed is gone, and their head pops out of the top of the piano, and their teeth have become piano keys.
Okay, so hear me out.
That's the worst thing is he has an open casket.
You can't aim for piano key face. It's just gonna naturally happen. CJ, perfect murder weapon.
Time.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You're gonna be like, I don't know, love.
Why?
Why? It kills me every time. Time is a perfect murder weapon because you can't stop it. It's inevitable, and in the end, it takes all and leaves nothing on the fucking table, man.
Thank you, Tolkien.
Yeah, Tolkien knew how to murder people, and that was long-winded stories. Ryan.
I think a gun that shot knives covered in poison. That would be awesome.
I mean, when you absolutely have to get the job done.
How fucking badass would that be if you had a gun and it shot fucking knives and like just and the knives like spit poison. The knives have little mouths and they spit poison. That would be cool.
Demon
it's snakes. It's a gun that shoots snakes.
And the snakes. Guys, the perfect murder weapon is snakes. They already exist. They're out there right now plotting your doom.
Yep.
Wait, are you saying a snake gun is the best murder weapon?
I think a gun that shot snakes would really catch people off guard.
I imagine Ryan in like the most dangerous game being like the hunter's like, I'm waiting to hunt the most dangerous game of all. Man, and then Ryan's like, well, what about like a bear that had like a scorpion tail and could fly? Like
but also the spirit of a human.
Holy shit! Guns don't kill people, snakes do. You're right, Dumb Light 100%. Oh, I had some, but I forgot what they were because now all I can think about is just like driving around town with an AK shooting snakes at people and being like, "Ah, fucker! These are my streets."
Man, it's so sad because in American culture, it's just perfect for the "don't tread on me" flag people. That weapon.
Right. 100%. Kirsten, I am not okay. That's the funniest thing I've heard in days. Just a gun that shoots snakes. So unnecessary and yet so lethal.
And also because when they came out, they'd wiggle in the air.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and you can't get out the way of that. You can't serpentine that because they're already serpents.
Serpentine.
They're coming at you.
There's no way.
Same energy, bro. Same
There's
energy.
no way. And a rocket.
There's
and a
no
shot
way.
anaconda.
Oh shit, that's the t-shirt. Ryan, that's the shirt. It's just a dude shooting a snake gun, and the tagline is just "There's just no way." Unstoppable. I don't remember what my perfect murder weapon was now. Because now I just want a snake gun. All my troubles. No one's gonna fuck with me. Dude's got a snake gun? No way.
How do you communicate that this gun is full of snakes?
Right? No, you don't. They're not. You got to catch them off guard.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
the
because
snake gun's the only gun that hisses.
Well, there you go. You don't want to make this Dr. Strangelove air of having the ultimate weapon but not advertising it so people don't know not to mess with you.
Oh, give that gun to Sam Jackson. Yeah, Rainer.
It's a gun that's so dangerous you would wish they had a regular gun.
Oh man,
like
snake gun? Not fair. No fair.
You would beg God for them to have a regular gun because they have a
God.
snake gun instead. You would be like, please be real, God. Give them a real gun.
I would.
You're the cop on the beat, just being like, "Oh fuck, dude's got a snake gun."
It would
All right,
almost
we're gonna need some backup because I'm absolutely not going in first.
It'd almost be worth it if the NRA could just look at me like, "We've gone too far." You know, like
that's it.
This
That's
is the
what's
rock.
gonna do it. You're right.
This is the rock bottom alcoholics hit to realize they gotta get their life clean.
That's the moment that they finally realize, "Hey man, we need some regulation." They're using snake guns, guys.
Also, the ammunition store would be bonkers.
It would be the combination snake gun store and aquarium. Like you'd be like, you can get a gecko, you can get a beta, or you can get some snake gun ammo, which are just snakes.
It would be so cool to finally, like, when you go to buy a snake, have them ask, and for what purpose? Instead of the assumption.
I have to make sure that you're going to use the snake responsibly.
It has to be like, now, how are you using it?
Yeah,
right, exactly.
I need your certificate of intent for the snake gun.
Oh, I'm just a goth magician who needs a new way to mind read people.
I want that on a business card, goth magician. Like, no questions. No one will question that.
It says here, 8 years ago in Idaho, you used a snake and a snake gun. So now I'm kind of worried about it.
All right, what are you in for? Snake gun? Oh man, yeah, me too.
It's all of us now because the gun's so rad.
Yeah, but I just use it to hunt. I
I know that's true. You use your snake gun responsibly.
I just think venison tastes better if it dies terrified.
That's my snake. Yeah, you can really. This beef is grass fed and snake killed. That's how you know it's prime. That's what Wagyu is. People don't know that. That's how you get a Wagyu.
To take a bite of a snake and to take a bite
you
of
can eat the ammo. That's how good it is.
It's so good.
It's the perfect crime.
And that's how they wouldn't be able to figure it out. They'd be like, "Man, all the bullets here are gone. Somebody ate
they're
them."
gone but we have all these snake skeletons. We don't know what that's about.
Yeah, like
but
a
we
cartoon
figure
that eats a
probably
fish.
Dinosaurs. It's not our business. I don't know how old this land is. I love that. Wait, Paige. I love that you ate a snake in one bite. That you were just like, oh.
Well, that's what Ryan was saying. Like a cartoon eats a fish.
It's true.
I like that we did begin this stream discussing literature, and now we're down to snake gun.
CJ, you knew this was where this was going to go.
I know.
You knew snake guns would come up eventually.
I'm pretty good on that. I'm from Melon, so you know. All snake guns to me, baby.
Yeah, no, that's how you died. You killed it. That's how we died. Is because we killed it. Good job, everybody.
Guys, that's funny.
Yeah. All right. So, final thoughts. Paige, where are you at right now with murder?
I really think because of this conversation, I kind of started out being like, I don't know if I can use murder in my everyday life, but now that we've talked about it, actually, there's like a lot of really practical applications to it, to being deceptive to my loved ones and to others that I think I could actually bring in a little bit more. Like every time I'm talking to CJ and I'm always like, I love you. You're one of my best friends. Like, I just think you're incredible. And then I'm like, actually, that is me, like kind of deluding him. And I'm going to get him to like do a murder for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see,
So
I feel safe around you.
Yeah. And then like
Ryan,
all the times that I haven't
sorry.
gaslit Ryan, I need to start doing that a little bit more.
We
Again,
should all be
for the
gaslighting
control.
Ryan more often.
Yeah, but if you're gonna gaslight me, gently wake me up first.
You require a pre-gaslight.
I just put a little gas in my mouth and then gaslight me.
Ryan, where are you at with murder?
I think I want to do one. Because it just seems like, what's the worst that could happen, kind of, right? I mean, it either goes well or it doesn't, and if you either way, you got a great story.
That's true. There's only two ways out of murder. You're either successful or you're not. It worked or it didn't.
The one thing I think a lot about
how
with
rare
murder,
is
though,
that?
Yeah, it's very rare. And I think a lot about how if you were to do it successfully, you could never tell anyone.
Yeah.
Like that had to have been what killed the Zodiac. Yeah. Like just the fact that he couldn't tell anyone. Like that had to be it. Like I don't know.
Wouldn't it be amazing if the Zodiac would just like start a YouTube page like, hey guys, what's up? My name is Todd. Yeah, no, I'm 75. I was the Zodiac killer. And I'm sick of fucking hiding, man. I worked real fucking hard on that. You didn't catch me. I caught myself.
So smash that like button.
So smash that like and subscribe. Hit up my link tree. Come follow me on TikTok. It's just Murder Talk.
Zodiac killer.
We'll talk all week.
Oh,
Zodiac
Lord Almighty.
Oh, CJ, where are you at on murder?
Well, I guess when it comes to committing perfect bragging, I think I'm just going to start waking Ryan up in the middle of the night being like, hey, I committed a murder and got away with it. And you're not. And then just doing that randomly throughout his life and seeing if he's just as cool about it as he claims to be.
Just to throw it in there. Hey, man, just keeping you honest, Ryan.
Yeah. And then I do want to point out also, Atacon in the chat may have outpunned us all, and I'll take a final shot for this, of the snake bullets being called the rip tile.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I was going to wait, but no, you called it. Everybody do a shot on that one.
And I do want to say, to the point, this was all fun. Don't kill anybody. We just all pretend with our crazy make-em-ups because we're the cast of Hitch Cocktails, so we do fake murders on stage while drinking.
Listen, we told a lot of jokes tonight.
Yeah.
But you know what's not funny? Being murdered. Don't do it. Don't do anything you wouldn't want someone to do to you. You got shit to do? You don't want to be murdered.
Yeah.
Think about that. The next time you want to murder someone, Paige.
And I think about it a lot is the thing.
Ryan. Disclaimer. Wait, we'll post this one up. Disclaimer. Don't kill anyone.
I think
that should be the disclaimer on everything.
Yeah,
the big
what
guys,
the podcast is.
Don't kill anyone. Yeah, hot ones, don't kill anyone.
I think the beta for the snake gun would be like a potato gun.
We're there.
Right?
Then we're
That's
done.
Close.
That's close enough. Hey, so Hitch Cocktails are coming up. Shit's happening. 10 years. How does that feel? 10 years. Paige, have you been doing it for 10 years?
No, I think I've only been doing it for like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years? Okay, so you're like half excited.
100%.
Ryan, how about you? How long have you been doing Hitch Cocktails?
My wife and I have been together for 9 years, and she's another person in the show. So it feels like I've been doing it my whole life. How much I've had to hear about it. No, I've been doing it for 5 years.
Keep it. You're selling it. Keep going.
So good. everybody that fucking get in there, man. Tell that story about your wife again.
5 years. I've been doing it for 5 years, and I love it. It's felt like 100 because of how much fun it is.
CJ, you created it, so you're 10 years all in.
Yeah, and Cynthia, his wife, has been for 10 years, and gosh, I'm still not tired of hearing her talk about it because I love her truly. And so,
yeah. So Ryan disappears, it's because CJ murdered you to hang out with your wife.
But to be fair, I did.
10 years.
To be fair, I did warn him, and apparently he said that means it's no big deal if I do that first. So.
Oh, okay. So CJ, where did this come from? Like, how did this start?
Yeah, I was thinking of a couple of improvised genre shows, and then Stephanie Mercola at Second City, who's the music director, kind of gave me an opportunity to pitch something, and we said, like, what's the best genre for improv? And me and Caleb George were talking about it, and we said suspense, because suspense, you have to front load. Ryan, let me explain this. You have to tell the audience what the characters
Ryan, get in on this.
Happen. And then Hitchcock compares it by there's a bomb under a table. It's only scary if you know there's a bomb under the table and people sit at it and you're in suspense to wait to see if it goes off.
What if the table talked and told you there was a bomb there? Is that suspense?
No, that's a Pixar film. Anyway, so that idea of anticipation, that means the improviser has to put the information in the first scene, and a lot of improvisers are sometimes hesitant to name things. They're hesitant to say, we're here, this is you, I'm here. So suspense forces you to front load. And so we thought that, and then we brought in the alcohol component to be like, we have to front load, because once we're as drunk as I am right now, it's hard to create details outside of snake gun being a good idea.
God damn it. Every fucking show now, someone needs to bring out a snake gun, right? I'm going to come see this show, and if there's not a snake gun, I'm going to TikTok about it.
Oh, the ultimate threat. And now I'm scared that you've warned me about that, and I'm going to stay up nervous about this potential that I don't know when's going to come. And the anticipation is the scary. Ryan, write this down. The anticipation is the scary part.
Yeah, it's Chekhov's snake gun. We've all read it. We all went to college.
I won't be taking any notes about this.
Matter of fact,
like, the sooner I can forget about this, thanks to NyQuil, the better. So shots. All right, so this has been happening, man. Like, how do you feel? Like, are you excited about 10 years, or you're like, all right, it's done, we're done with it? Like, where do you feel?
Oh, super excited. Like, we have a cast of like 20 people who can do the show now, so like a lot of rotation. So it had potential to go really far, even when I get too old to drink every week, where I already am. And right. We have a lot of young people coming up who are just fantastic.
I love that you're going through cast members, because you're like, well, some of us are too old now to drink every night, but you're fresh. Get in there.
We have a second show for the non-drinkers.
Yeah, you have two shows.
Yeah,
holy shit, in a row.
Clued in. We have two shows that night on Friday, May 19th. Right. I'll be in the first show, and you two will be in the second show.
I think so. We're in the 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and the 10 o'clock, if you want to see the new people in Hitch, it's a show I like to go, oops, oh, knuckleheads.
Let's just say we all know what suspense is.
And if we don't, someone's going to tell us when we're not, expecting it. All right, everybody, tell me one more time. When's this show? May 19th, May 20th, right?
Yep. Right, that'd be the 10-year. But once again, if you not in Chicago that weekend, if you're ever in Chicago, we're every Friday 10 o'clock at the Annoyance Theater. Got a lot of stuff online now. Hitchcocktails.com, you can find it there, or on our Instagram. We'll give you links to all the podcasts we're going to be in this week and the next week.
Wait, that show's called it's on the tip of my tongue. It's called
We don't have the rights to the music, so I'm doing it myself now. Now I need a drink. They're all improvised. Hitch Cocktails. Oh man, now go see the show though.
Hey Ryan, did you see yourself that time?
No.
Yeah.
Suspense is the friends.
A good friend in the
way.
it's suspense is the friends we made along the way. Well, thank you everybody for being here, for real, y'all. I'll pop this up on the Instagrams and such, but like, I like you. I like your show. I'm going to put you in the stories. You've made it. This is your big moment. How does it feel, Ryan?
Oh man, it feels like I won 2 snake guns.
2 snakes in a gun. CJ, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you, Paige. Thank you, Ryan. This has been a damn blast. If you haven't heard, the show is called Hitch Cocktails, and it's at the Annoyance. It's their 10-year anniversary, May 19th and 20th, and it's here in Chicago. So you in the chat from Texas, get on a fucking plane and get the fuck down here and bring your snake gun. You can put that on a plane. It's legal here. It's going to be taxed, though, and they will register
Yeah.
as they should, because snake guns are dangerous.
And if for some reason anyone gives you a hard time about it, we have bins in the airport where you can actually put your snake gun. And
Yeah, it's a snake gun amnesty bin. No one really knows where it goes after that.
But it goes to families in need.
Bum bum ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 do 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 da 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 do do da 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 do 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 dum do 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 bum 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 ba da 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 da